for the Banks house today. Prepping this side for garage construction. We relocated all of the plants that we wanted to save all the way up until this line right here. So they were relocated in better situations across the property. Some of them, like those big green grasses, were just placed further down in the meantime. They fill out the space nicely. We deduced that this might be at the 10-foot line, so if we do have folks come back before the construction starts again, maybe we try to relocate this as well. This would be the only one worth saving, just one big grass. We relocated a lot of grasses today and bulbs and things. The driveway does have weeds in it. It would be cool if we could weed that out if they don't end up using like Roundup or weed killer on that. Just never know their preference, but I can talk to them. As far as spring cleanup goes, front beds are looking gorgeous. We use the edging tool and have such a sharp, nice line on all of the beds now. You've got everything blooming, nice color, all the debris removed, crocus everywhere. But here you can see that nice line again. Sort of left this because of the garage construction that's going on. We relocated one of the laurels, and I'll point that out later, and also as many of the bulbs as possible. We left those too because those might die off by the time that everything gets going over here. I'll have to come back for that brick. And here, just weeding, taking out dead branches. There were a couple of them, just light ones. Did a little rose maintenance, and we're liking how that's looking now. The bulbs are blooming. The edge of the grass is looking so sharp. Just love that. All of the soil was fluffed and raked through. We replanted some bulbs. Oh, this is a new rose bush. We replanted this from the other side of the property. We're gonna have to water that one more time. We also got some bulbs on this side. And then around here, just thoroughly raked, weeded, fluffed, tended to our plants along the house. Loving those bleeding hearts. Over here we did a little adjustment. We relocated some things on the bottom here and on the bottom there from the front. Also, this is a brand new laurel that was relocated from the front of the house. Just much healthier. Hopefully that lasts longer than the last one. Over here you can see edge of the beds. It's nice and defined. Fluffed up this soil. It was getting really dense. But everything looks like it survived through the winter. We pruned back the dead bits off of the hydrangeas. And you can see fluffed the soil into here and removed debris. But we could do a much more thorough spring cleanup from basically here on to the rest of the property, like the right half. However, this is pretty decent. We could fluff up the soil and remove more debris, like really get this spotless. What are these planters? The planters were beautifully pruned, ready for whatever is to come throughout the year, whatever we decide to put in there. This bed nicely fluffed and weeded and raked through all the way. The roses looking great. We got in the edge of that as well, and the edge here. So satisfying. Some reconstruction back here took place, limiting the lemon balm to more localized areas. So we have these little plops in the back there, and then this right side. We have some new additions from the side of the house that were relocated. These two guys. Black-eyed Susan, and then these grasses. I really think the grasses will look nice back here. We limited the roses, no, not roses, raspberries. So just these little areas, so those spread like crazy. And it's just much more manageable, kind of flows with the rest of the house and the gardens now. Although the edge line here could use some attention compared to everything else that's super beautiful now. And then we relocated the black-eyed Sambuca. So here we are, brand new, nicely watered, centered in the back of the patio, with all these bulbs all around it. And then this bush, this was a replant or transplant from the side Really love this in comparison to the white trunk. I think this could be a permanent spot for that. Also, the large plant behind it we pruned back quite nicely, so it's much lighter area, less crisscross, and should push a lot of new growth. New addition, quite a bit of new addition on the left here. So huge, what is this called again? The tip of the tongue here. Grows really well in clay soil. Daphne. This Daphne takes up this whole space. Really beautiful fit. The dwarf pine behind it, and then the big laurel. This is the biggest, healthiest one from the side of the garage, is behind that. So we sort of filled out this area. You can see the bulbs took a hit from being watered so thoroughly, but we have a lot of bulbs around here. We have a sedum around the tree, just to kind of give it a little something. And then the lilies and bulbs, these are just lilies, I believe, that grow from bulbs. And they will pop up and do something cool for us. And we just got a lot more going on in this space, and relocated 1, 2, 3 of those laurels. I'll step back a little. This one's a little wonky shape because it has some dead bits, but I also got more transplants in this front area. See how they do there. And so you can tell there's like little seeds and plant droppings and things. And we could do a much better thorough, what's it called? A thorough spring cleanup and raking through, but really glad we were able to save all of the nice plants from the side of the house. Here's another view of these gardens where we relocated a peony. So we'll keep an eye on that one and continue to water it. And just cleaned out everything else. All right, and then this is where we started to rake out the pine needles in the side bed, but definitely right here. If we can get in right here, this crazy pine needle mess. And then the grapevine, if we could dial back the grapevine to the main vine so we don't have all these crazy offshoots, so that it pushes new growth. It's definitely not pushing any new growth right now, so it would be a good time to get that done. We did start weeding the bed for them. Loving how that's looking. And just a little overview. We could clean up this area, you know, on the side. Really dial it in, as they say. Just closing their gate there. Okay, and then, yeah, on this side there's clusters of pine needles. Some small grass right there that was transplanted to save it from construction. And then small grasses right here and here that were moved. And we believe the rest should be in good shape. The only one in question is really that big grass in the corner. And that was our project for today. We'll do a much nice, thorough, deep cleaning the next time we're here, and maybe make some adjustments if anything feels off with the transplants. But that is what we got done for today. Thank you so much.